SpongeBob SquarePants, our favorite yellow sponge who's been around since 1999, teaching us valuable lessons like the importance of jellyfishing. But did you ever stop and think that maybe, just maybe, SpongeBob might not be as alive as we think he is?
What? What are you talking about?
Yep, today we're diving deep into the theory that our beloved SpongeBob actually died in the episode Rock Bottom and came back to life. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, but stick with me. Let this crazy plot and rationale work its way out. Alright, so let's set the stage. In the episode Rock Bottom, SpongeBob and Patrick are coming back from Glove World, just minding their own business, when SpongeBob gets on the wrong bus and ends up in Rock Bottom. First of all, let's talk about that descent. The bus literally goes down a cliff into what seems like an abyss. It's like SpongeBob got on a ride straight to hell. If hell had bioluminescent fish and buses that run on nothing but misery, I guess, or maybe souls, and your ticket is your existence. Just a dark hunch. Now, the whole concept of Rock Bottom is sketchy. It's this eerie, dark place filled with weird creatures that speak in raspy voices and blow up their balloons like they're in some horror movie directed by Tim Burton. But here's where it gets interesting. This whole journey feels metaphorical, like SpongeBob is descending into some underworld, or dare I say it, the afterlife. Let's talk about the bus driver. The guy is the definition of apathetic. He barely notices SpongeBob's pleas and speeds off like he's got somewhere way more important to be, leaving SpongeBob stranded. Now, in many cultures, there's this idea of a ferryman who transports souls to the afterlife, right? And this bus driver gives off Major Karen vibes, just a lot less interested in getting a tip. What if the bus driver is actually a representation of death?
I don't mean it metaphorically, or rhetorically, or poetically, or theoretically, or in any other fancy way. I'm death, straight.
I mean, think about it. He picks SpongeBob up, takes him down into Rock Bottom, and then just leaves him there. It's like, welcome to the afterlife. Here's your stop. Get out. And the fact that the bus leaves as soon as SpongeBob tries to board it again could symbolize that he's not supposed to leave because, well, he's dead. Not to mention, SpongeBob thought it was a good idea to put hands on the bus driver, aka Death. Not a good move unless you have a yearning for the dark side. Now, let's discuss the weird residents of Rock Bottom. These creatures speak in a bizarre, hard-to-understand language and seem to live in constant anxiety and confusion. Like, what if you see and meet dead people that died billions of years ago? How would you communicate with them? Assuming they are human and not a human like lizard or something. I mean, a lot can happen in a few billion years. It's almost as if they represent lost souls, unable to communicate with the living or even with each other properly. SpongeBob's struggle to understand them and get back home could symbolize a soul trying to find its way back to the living world, but being lost in translation, literally and figuratively. One of the most telling moments in the episode is SpongeBob's feeling of helplessness. He tries to get a bus ticket, only to find out that every time he tries, the bus speeds away. It's like some cosmic force doesn't want him to leave, which could symbolize the idea that once you're dead, you're not supposed to return to the living world. SpongeBob's increasing desperation mirrors the existential dread of realizing that escape is impossible, like he's stuck in some underworld purgatory. Now let's talk about the infamous balloon moment, and not the type of balloons you get from a clown down some sewer on a rainy day either. Yeah, about that.
Popcorn?
Popcorn? Is that your favorite?
Uh-huh.
Mine too. Because they pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop.
SpongeBob inflates a balloon and uses it to float up to the bus stop. But wait, what if the balloon is more than just a helium-filled object? What if it's a metaphorical lifeline, a symbol of hope, or a second chance at life? As SpongeBob floats back up, he's essentially ascending out of the depths of this underworld. It's almost like he's being resurrected, lifted back to the world of the living by some last-ditch hope. But here's the kicker. The SpongeBob that returns doesn't seem all that different from the one that went down into rock bottom. So what if he actually did die, but somehow, through sheer willpower or cosmic luck, managed to return to life? It's a wild thought, but it adds a whole new layer to the episode. Now let's not forget how SpongeBob ended up in this mess in the first place. He just took the wrong bus. Simple as that. 1 minute you're headed home from Glove World, and the next, you're potentially dead. It's like life, right? One wrong turn, one tiny decision, and boom, you're in rock bottom. Alive one day, dead the next. It could be buying groceries, making a mistake.
Oh no! Oh no! No, no! No, no, no!
Or moving to a new city. The randomness of it all is insane. Meanwhile, Patrick, in his usual obliviousness, just leaves and survives, reminding us that sometimes life's chaos is all about timing. And then there's the fish that helped SpongeBob blow up the balloon. SpongeBob couldn't understand him until he was floating away, leaving rock bottom.
Hey, I get it. Balloon travel. Thank you. You're welcome.
It's almost poetic, like we can't grasp the true meaning of life or our existence until we're on our way out in the afterlife. It's like some cosmic joke. We spend our whole lives confused, and just when we think we get it, we're gone. Who knows what's on the other side, if anything? It's just another part of the chaotic mystery. Life's full of misunderstandings, and maybe we only get the big picture when we're no longer a part of it. Alive one day, figuring it out the next, and then nothing. So what does this all mean? Well, in the world of cartoons, anything is possible. But this theory about SpongeBob dying in rock bottom and coming back to life adds a whole new, darker dimension to our favorite Sponge. It's like looking at SpongeBob through a whole new lens, one where even the happiest of characters can't escape the existential dread of mortality.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
If this narrative resonated with you, do support us. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe. Thank you for staying with us to the end. See you in the next video on Plaid Chronicles.